Hello and welcome to another edition of the Ciderville Show right here on ACTV. I tell you what, folks, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. Be sure to gather up your family and friends and call them and tell them on the air. Without further ado, get your hands together at center stage and make welcome Mr. David West.
Hey, Don.
Hello, David. How you doing?
What do you think? Come on in here.
I'm coming in.
I got.
There he is.
I got
Big time stars. Oh, big show.
security.
Oh, security.
got
It's
security
big,
again.
buddy. You better believe
How
it.
big is it, Barney?
Because it's a big show, we got to have big security.
How big is it?
Oh, it's really big, buddy. Really big.
Okay.
Oh, the Parrot Boys. It doesn't get any bigger.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Well,
Look at
your
them.
favorites. You told me I was your favorite.
Well,
Alec.
yeah, but not my favorite parrots.
I got you. I know the parrots. Yeah.
You know, I've heard a lot of comments on this show last week or so. Haven't you?
I'm telling you what, I've got calls you wouldn't believe. People, one guy called and said, I've been waiting so long to see it again, and said, I tell you what, y'all are doing a great job. And what they like about it, David, we got some people that's in these senior living places and places that shut in, can't get out, and it brings so much joy to those people. They just really love it, Barney.
They love the security. is
That's
what it
right,
is.
security
They feel
is what-
safe. Yeah.
You
that's
just
what it
can't
is.
believe who called me from up in Virginia to tell us, said we was just switching through the channels and everything and on the internet, and my wife saw the very first one, Brother Bob.
Brother Bob.
Brother Bob called me on a Sunday after this aired on Saturday. He said, that is one of the greatest shows. He said, but it looked like you'd gained some weight. And I said, no, I lost some weight. He said, you don't weigh 300? I said, no, I just weigh 198.
Hey,
He
brother.
even talked about Barney.
Hey,
said
the
he-
corporations are growing.
You know, he's
That's what
all the way
it
up there
is.
in Lebanon, Virginia watching
I
it.
know.
That's
Brother
in Virginia.
Bob.
That's everywhere.
Hey, you know, they called me down there the other day from Big C's Barber Shop, and they said they reran it, you know, during the day, and they said the whole crowd, he had it on the TV, and said the whole barber shop was watching it that day. The whole barber shop watching it.
Couldn't get a haircut one.
You know, they done the same thing over at Ciderville, and they stood around and watched it. And the time they got through it, they said they had an oven. They didn't even want to play no more. They said
That's
we
right.
were so good. No, I just joking.
Well, you know what? I thought it was Floyd's Barber Shop.
No, no, you should have been Floyd.
That's right.
Yeah, 2 chairs, no waiting.
That's it.
That's what it is, boys.
You know, we ought to get into some music here.
That's
We've
right.
got the
Absolutely.
best. These boys has worked at the Fire for many, many years, and there are two bands I always went to see, wherever they played.
Everywhere.
If I was there, was the Parrot Boys and Russ and Becky Jeffers.
right.
We got Russ going to be with us later on tonight. But anyhow, I would go at the Fire every
And
year.
you know, David,
give me a hot dog and sit there and watch these two.
And David, they have played at the Cincinnati Reds ball fields, and for the Cincinnati Reds opened up for them. Do some big stuff up in there.
Bengal NFL football games for the
That's right.
Bengals.
Yeah, you big shot.
Opry Land for how many years?
I was there a couple of years back.
Couple years, Opry.
Gosh, it.
See, I've
long
kept
time
up with
ago,
you.
I'm telling my age, Dave. It was,
How big are they, Barney?
Big, buddy, big, big. Yeah, they had to run you off the field, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, somebody tried to turn the lights on, what it was.
These boys, let's get out of the way and let
That's
them
right. Let's hear them.
Here they are, the
Give them a
Parrot
big
Brothers.
hand.
All right. It's so good to be back on the Ciderville show right here at Anderson County TV. What a wonderful set, and we appreciate the staff having the Parrot Brothers here again. We're Jeff and Paul Parrott, and we're going to do a few songs for you. We hope you really enjoy our music tonight.
old classic Johnny Cash song. Well, I hear the train a coming. It's rolling around the bend. I haven't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Oh, let's take it, Jeff. All right. but there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They probably drinking coffee, smoking them big cigars, but I knew I had it coming. I knew I couldn't be free. Yeah, them people keep moving. That's what tortures me. Now if they free me from this prison and that railroad train was mine, you bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I wanna stay. Gotta let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
All right. Sounded good there, brother. I tell you what, you were talking about Opryland. I remember those days as well. I made it as far as Cookville, but I used to go and see your shows, and you done Willie Nelson imitations down there. How about doing that Promised Land?
All right.
And do it in the style of Willie.
Okay. Bring us your tired and weak, and we will make them strong. Sing us your foreign song, and we will sing along. Bring us your broken dreams, we'll give them time to mend. There's still a lot of love living in the promised land, living in the promised land. Our dreams are made of steel, the prayer of every man is to know how freedom feels. There's a winding road across the shifting sand, and room for everyone living in the promised land. So you came from a distant isle, nameless woman, faithless child, like a bad dream. Till there was no room at all, and no place to run, and no place to fall. And give us our daily bread. We have no shoes to wear, no place to call our home, only this cross to bear. And we are the multitudes, lend us a helping hand. There's no love anymore, living in the promised land, living in the promised land. Our dreams are made of steel, the prayer of every man is to know how freedom feels. And there's a winding road across the shifting sand, and room for everyone living in the promised land, and room for everyone living in the promised land. All right, old classic Willie song. Jeff, let's do an old classic Merle Haggard song. What do you say?
Let's do that. We were raised right here in Anderson County on all these old classics, so I guess they've stuck with us all these years. What do you think?
Let's do the old working man.
Let's do that.
Man.
Let's do the working
and the working woman.
and the working woman. That's right.
It's a big job getting by with 9 kids and a wife. I've been the working man, dang near all my life, and I go back working. Come Monday morning, I'm right back in the crew. Gonna drink a little bit of Ciderville and cry a little bit of these working man blues. Yeah, I keep my nose to the grindstone, I work hard every day. Might get tired on the weekend, after I take my pay, better go back working. Gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. these working man blues. Work it out, working man. Well, I said, hey, hey, working man, a working man like me. Never been on welfare, and it's one place I won't be, 'cause I go back working. Gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. Gonna have a little fun on the weekend, cry a little bit of these working man blues. Yeah, gonna have a little fun on the weekend, cry a little bit of these working man blues. Working man.
Oh, I tell you, wasn't that good? I love that, sir.
That's fun.
You know, it's like Jeff said, you can't beat Brother Harmony, can you?
That's it.
You boys do so good.
Thank you, Dave.
You play so many good licks on the guitar. We're sitting back there listening to you. And how many years did you do the fire?
Gosh, I'd say we probably played it at least 8 or 9 years in a row.
But we started in the 1986, I think.
Did you go back with
It was
Red
way
Man?
back.
It was the DJ from back. I think the radio station was WYSH back then. I believe.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it sure was.
I believe it was.
And that was down on the ball field down there.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
I
really-
started dinner. We had a lot of good stars there. We had Johnny Free and Ava Barber and Ellie White, and it was
Oh,
a
yeah.
Red Man deal.
Oh
wasn't it?
yeah.
That's right. It was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great people, the Fair Association. We have great
E.T.
memories.
Stamey was running it.
Have
now.
great
Wasn't
great
it?
memories of it.
It was
Good
E.T.
memories.
E.T.
Oh yeah.
Lord, we done a lot of shows for them, traveled everywhere.
Oh,
We just love this music here. Y'all doing so good. Why don't you just pick us out another good one there?
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Jeff, do that Shel Silverstein.
Okay. This song is written by Shel Silverstein. He wrote a lot of country songs, and he actually wrote some children's books. But this was made popular back in the, I think probably mid 70s, probably when we were just little bitty boys there. But anyway, that's a long time ago. Now we're telling our age. But this song was made popular by Bobby Bear, and it talks about this little witchy woman way down in Louisiana. And at our rock and roll shows that we do out of town, we have a lot of fun with this because Brother Paul here's got a good part that comes up in this song, and we're going to turn you loose on this one here. It's called Marie Laveau.
Well, down in Louisiana where the black trees grow, there's a voodoo lady named Marie Laveau. She's got a black tattoo and a mojo bone, and anyone who wouldn't leave her alone, she goes, another man done gone. She lives in the swamp in a hollow log with a one-eyed snake and a three-legged dog. She got a bent bony body with stringy hair, and if she ever seen y'all messing around there, she goes, another man done gone. And then one night when the moon was black, in through the swamp come a handsome Jack, a no good man like you all know, looking around for Marie Laveau. He said, Marie Laveau, you lovely little witch, give me a little charm that'll make me rich. Give me $1 million and I'll tell you what I'll do. This very night I'm gonna marry you, and it'll be another man done gone. So Marie done some magic and she shook a little sand, made $1 million and she put it in his hand. Wiggled and she giggled and she said, hey, hey, I'm getting ready for my wedding day. But old handsome Jack, he said, goodbye, Marie. You're just too ugly for an old Anderson County boy like me. Then Marie done some mumbling, her fangs started gnashing, her body started trembling, and her eyes started flashing, and she went, another man done gone. All right, listen up now, fellas. So if you ever get down where the black trees grow, meet that voodoo lady named Marie Laveau. And if she ever asks you to make her your wife, you You better stay with her for the rest of your life, or it'll be another man done gone. Ah, pretty Marie, another man done gone. Marie LeBeau.
Hey, John, come here just a minute. Before they leave, before they leave, I want you to get them to sign a contract.
Oh, we're gonna put them on. We're gonna put them
They
on regular.
have to
yeah.
come back next week.
Where do we
Just
sign?
Next
Where do we
week
sign?
for
Where do we
sure,
sign?
yeah.
We're ready,
Resign,
we're ready,
resign.
we're ready, we're ready.
Thanks for having us, Dave.
Thank you
We
very
love
much,
you.
Dave.
Next
Hey,
week,
we
now, you gotta
appreciate
be
you,
here,
buddy.
okay?
We will, thank you, Dave.
Okay,
Thank you
okay.
all very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Y'all are favorites.
Thank
Hey,
you.
I tell you what, they're the world shakers. I tell you what.
The world shaker.
They are.
You know, Don, we have so many people that come on this show. You've got an act coming up right
Oh,
now.
I do. I got
I'm
a
gonna get
man.
out of your way. And let you
I got
tell
a
them
man I know. We call him the singing commissioner. He's on the Anderson County Commission. And when I ran for school board, he would kind of help me along and told me some things to do. And we became friends down on the Oak Ridge Turnpike down there, and really enjoyed meeting Steve. And he's come down and performed for us. And Steve, we're so glad to have you tonight. And I know you got a good song picked out, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna sing them a good one tonight, aren't
This
you?
old guitar.
Oh yeah, that's one of your favorites. Step right up there and do it, Steve.
Well, that is just one of my favorites, but it's one of my wife's favorites, and that's what's really important. This old guitar taught me to sing a love song, taught me how to laugh and how to cry. It introduced me to some friends of mine, brightened up some days. It helped me make it through some lonely nights. Oh, what a friend to have on a cold and lonely night. This old guitar brought me my lovely lady. It opened up her eyes and ears to me. It brought us close together, and I guess it won her heart. It opened up space for us to be. What a lovely place, a lovely space to be. This old guitar brought me my life, my living, everything you know I love to do. To serenade the stars that shine from a sunny mountainside, but most of all to sing my songs for you. Yes, I do, you know, I love to sing my songs for you.
Thank you, Steve Meade. Boy, that's a good song. He does all them good storytelling songs. We got Jeff and Bobby coming up here, if they would. We're going to talk a little bit on some educational stuff here, and we're going to do some music. You are Melissa man, is that right? Hey, Don, come up here. You need to learn about this.
Yeah, I gotta get up here. This is education.
If you don't start getting up here, I'm going to dock you.
Yeah, look at that right there.
There. Kind of tell us how this is done here.
Okay.
You grow cane. You start off growing cane.
Yeah, what I do is I grow the cane, and when it grows, if you see it from the field, you think it was corn. And once it gets mature, we strip the fodder off of it and cut the heads off, and then we cut it and run it through a press, which is called a cane mill, and we get the raw juice out of it. Then we put it in a vat, and we cook it down to a syrup, and it takes about 3 hours to to make a batch, and you want to get all the chlorophyll out of it, which is called the skimmings. And once you get that out, boil it down till it's about done. The old timers used to call it, when it gets to bubbling, it looks like frog eyes.
Frog eye. I've heard that. My
Yeah.
grandpa used to
Oh, is
do
that
that.
right?
Yeah.
And they will dip it in sip when the string starts running together, then they know it's ready. And then when they take it off, of course, they run it through a strainer, you know. Then we bottle it up, and you've got sorghum molasses.
Pure sorghum molasses.
And but to give you a little more education, actually molasses is grown further south here. It's grown out of sugar cane, and up here we're too far north to grow sugar cane, so we grow sorghum cane.
Sorghum cane.
And this is actually sorghum cane, but most people calls it molasses.
Now, do you raise your cane?
Yeah.
You live on a farm.
Yeah.
Pretty good sized farm, don't you?
Yeah.
You have a lot of animals and things.
Yeah, I've got
Sheep, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah.
I
He'll give us some more education on every show. Bobby's
Yeah.
he's our educational man. He used to work for John Rice Irvin, the school superintendent, so he knows all.
And in
And
fishing.
tell him, how many times a year, don't you do this at the museum?
Yeah, I do this at the museum once a year. We do it in October, and also do it at my place in October too. But they don't have any more of the fall festivals. They've turned it over to I think they call it the Harvest Festival now, and so they'll have 2 days of demonstrating of making molasses, me doing that, making brooms, and shearing sheep, and doing stuff like that, making lye soap, and a lot of different activities, and playing a lot of music.
Yeah, music and crafts and all kind of good stuff,
Right.
don't they?
Yes, they do.
Boy, that's something, man.
And
This is
you
interesting.
demonstrated a lot of there playing
Yeah.
music.
I've played up there a lot, but I've
Yeah.
come out there and watched you make his
Yeah.
sorghum. See, my grandpa, his farm, they had a spring, and he had his license mill set up there close to the water.
Yeah.
We get plain water, and I was a little boy, and I remember watching him. I remember frog eyes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. And I remember watching him, and I got his pedal that he break that down with, that big
Yeah.
old wooden hoe. In fact, I got their smokehouse was built in 1916, I believe,
Okay.
and I took it down piece by piece and put it back at my house.
Is that right?
And I got that and the ice cream mixer where we used to go out there and make homemade ice cream, the cat hole with the cat. And as kids, he let the grandkids, every one of us crank. On Sunday, that was our big thing, having ice cream. And we made it.
And Bobby, you got the horses pulling. I've seen the
Yes.
horse. He has to go around quite a few times to get that.
What kind of horses?
Perdron, draft horses they call
Is that
them.
what
They
it
call
is?
them draft because that means pull,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what,
And you can also get these at the Museum of Appalachia or at the Anderson County Co-op.
and the kids get to come see all this, don't they? It's
Yeah, oh
educational.
yeah. Yeah, they have several kids from different counties that come over and watch us do all this demonstration during the fall,
Oh, it's real big,
and
yeah.
during the Harvest Festival.
This is big, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let Don.
I'll
go
take
over
that
and-
and
Hey,
hold
Don,
that on.
go over and see if your mistress can get us some biscuits and you can eat some.
Yeah, she makes some cat head biscuits. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know, since we got you up here, and this is called the violin or the fiddle.
Well, I call it the fiddle.
Fiddle. What's the difference in the violin and the fiddle?
Well,
Nothing.
a fiddle they call it. It's got the violin's got strings and the fiddle's got strings. They call it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
what's
what it
the
is.
difference in them? Somebody.
Well, what it is, if you was playing orchestra, they would have different strings on here,
Oh, would
and
it?
they would set the sound post a little different inside. And I don't know which way they'd move the bridge, either up forward or backwards. I
Well,
really
you
don't
know, I believe that Cousin Ray was putting me on. I said, Cousin Ray, what's the difference in a fiddle and a violin? He said $20,000. So I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
That's what he told me.
I don't know
Once you
about
play us good, we got, you talk about the Beatty backup bunch. We got Jeff Tolson, and he is one of the best bass players. He's worked with he's a mandolin player, guitar player, bass player. He's a man of many talents, and he's worked with a lot of bands. We got Jeff with us tonight. And we borrowed one of the Parrot boys back here. He thought he was getting out for the next week, but we had better bring him back.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Stooksbury, folks, he's going to play you a fiddle tune. What's the name of it?
Boil those cabbages
Oh,
down.
don't scorch them.
Hey, hey, David, boil those molasses down.
Okay.
Yeah.
your stool, Brother Paul. Okay, Bobby, if you want to, you can go on back
All right.
and start making some molasses. Oh, we got a fella right here we're going to bring up right now. He's going to come out and talk to us. His name is Barney Five.
You
Barney.
got it, buddy. Oh, a big show so far tonight. I tell you what, we got some big stuff coming up here. I tell you what, I want to do something right now. This is one of my favorites. This is big, really big. But I want you to do this. If you're sitting, wherever you're sitting and watching this at, depending on when you're going to be watching this, we got some big announcement for you. But I need Mr. Russ Jeffers. Russ, are you up here, buddy? Come on in here. Oh, folks, it don't get any better than this. Oh, David said his two favorite stars was the Parrott brothers and Russ and Becky. Unfortunately, Becky's not here, so we're stuck with Russ. Get over here, Russ. Get over here. You get on this side here of me. Hey, we got to tell them we've got a big show coming up. Now, depending on when these folks are watching this show, May the 3rd at noon at the Ritz Theater here in Clinton.
I do.
You know anything about the Ritz Theater?
I do.
You do?
I do.
And next door, Hoskins.
Hoskins.
Oh, it's big to you, ain't it?
Yes, as all the people watching this know in Anderson County, Hoskins and Ricks, they've been together for, what is it, since 1930, they said, 90-year anniversary.
That's right, 90 years.
And when we were kids, that's the hangout. You know, Clinton High School was in the middle of town here, so we used to just come over at lunch breaks. I remember we had a vice principal named Bill Driscoll, and Mr. Human was the principal then. We used to slip off at lunch, and they didn't want you to do that. And Bill Driscoll would come over to town here, and he'd come in the front door of Hoskins, and we'd go out the back. I've got memories of him chasing us down the railroad track.
You scared me there for a minute when you said I remember. I thought you was going to say I remember when they opened, 90 years ago.
No, E.T. Stamey does.
No, E.T. Stamey. We know E.T. does, don't we? Yeah. Well, you got some songs you're going to sing for us. I think we got a banjo picker that's going to come pick with you, too.
Yes, I
But we
have
want
tried.
these folks to come May the 3rd. May the 3rd at noon. It's a free show.
I've got a contract. I don't play in Anderson County without David West.
Well, I'm going to tell you what.
Hey, I want you to get Jeff to tell you. I call him Russell Stover, got the best candy made. And I don't tell you what he calls me.
I called him King of the Wild West Banjos.
Well, let's do this. I'm going to get out of the way.
No, step here with me. I want Russ to tell you what he remembers most of Hoskins Drugstore. Who did you find at Hoskins Drugstore? Who did you meet?
Oh, Becky. Becky was.
Get up here close where they can hear you. I'm worried
It's
up.
not one of them surround sound microphones.
Yeah, it is round sound ramp.
I
I want to
was
make
not-
sure you get sounded.
I'll see.
Becky may be watching.
Well, I don't know why she sees me every day.
Did you all just meet there? Or you just walked in? And,
No, it was August 1965, and I'd come home from college and had the summer, and I went over to Hoskins, and she just went in. She was sitting in there with her sisters, you know, and I was looking for a soda, and she was looking for a jerk, and we both got what we wanted that night. You know, that was 1965, and we're still together. Still
good, man.
54 years.
She still got. Did y'all drink the soda? She kept the jerk. I see.
Yeah, she kept the jerk. I think she drank the soda. They had some great cherry cokes back
We've
then.
been through some times, ain't we?
Yes, we've had some.
Russ played Opryland.
24, what did you say, 24, 25 years?
24 at Opryland, then I did that summer for Opryland up at Ciderville, Boots, Boogie, and Blues. We did a thing up there.
And me and you worked on top of the mountain.
We did.
We did with Jim Ball, one of the
Yes.
greatest. He used to be with
Yes.
the Osborne brothers, you
Yes,
know. And,
we sure
and
did.
even Roger Ball, which went to Nashville. You saw Roger a week or two ago?
I saw Roger Monday night this week.
Monday night. Great guitar picker. That
Oh, yeah.
session work. And he was telling me, he said when his daddy was on the Cas Walker show and Dolly Parton was on there, she's a little girl. And I showed her that picture before we came over here tonight. She grabbed his fiddle bow up and he had flat top haircut and that butch grease on it and rammed it through his head. And got grease all over that hair, and he couldn't play no more on the show. They stood and run his bow.
Fired you, didn't he?
I
I think he fired you, didn't he, for messing up his fiddle bow?
Oh, he had. One night Luke said that him and Murray Summers, he's a great fiddler. He was on that Coal Miner's Daughter movie, and he's one of the first fiddle players I ever got to work with. I got to start out with the bass, of course they didn't have much, but anyhow, he was working with Cowboy Kovacs, and he had out that Tragic Romance, and said they had one mic like this. They went to fiddling, and when he did, Mary come skipping up there, and he'd got in some of Cowboy Cobra's spirits, and he went off stage and took the microphone off and said, all this crowd, now you can imagine that there are thousands of people, well, Marion, the show's over, you got the microphone there, and he fought them off.
Yeah, no,
We could tell some stories, couldn't
I
we?
believe we could spend the night here if you wanted to.
Where are you going to play for us?
Well,
Start
I'm
with-
Step out of the way, boys. You picking up?
What happened to your guitar, Sammy? I thought you was playing with it.
It's in my job.
What key win, D?
I'm gonna do D. I know we rehearsed a bunch this afternoon, but I'm gonna do one that you've played with me a lot of times about Smoky Mountains, and it's in the key of D. Yeah. I live out in the country at the foothills of the Smokies, where the grass grows tall and green, where the water's not diluted, the air is not polluted, and the hemlocks grow tall and lean. You live up in that city, I think it's a pity you have to hurry everywhere. While you're making all that money, I'll just take my honey and my Smoky Mountain love affair. As I sit up on this mountain, look down in the valley, I recall my city life. It seems as only yesterday I had such young and foolish ways, working hard from 9 to 5. I counted days by time cards long as I drove home and fought that smog. I missed that Smoky Mountain air. I was making all that money, I sure missed my honey and my Smoky Mountain love affair. And I missed old David West's good old 5-string banjo playing. This old boy said, a whole bunch of his neighbors came over, knocked on his door at 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, didn't bother me, I was up practicing the banjo anyway. So I moved back to the country at the foothills of the Smokies, where the grass grows tall and green, where the water's not diluted, the air is not polluted, and the hemlocks grow tall and lean. Yes, I gave up the city, don't show me any pity, I've got mountains everywhere. Hey, you might think I'm funny, but I'll just take my honey and my Smoky Mountain love affair. Hey, you might think it's funny, but I'll just take my honey and my Smoky Mountain love affair. Got it.
That's a good one there.
Yeah, we got through it without nobody dying. So that's pretty good.
Hey, it's like a group. I went to work with one of the first bluegrass groups I ever worked with. I was just a young boy, never had been nowhere, and they was going to go out of town. They played a lot of places, and the boy had just left the show with Bill Monroe. Bill Monroe let him go for some reason. He started his own group. And we went up there, and he had them real bad dogs up there. He lived back in the mountain, and oh, I was so excited. I got to work with a guy who just quit Bill Monroe, you know, and that's one of my first groups. And when he did, he said, he picked, his name was Max Lowe, and the band was there, and it was a good band, I thought, at that time. And he looked around just as we quit. That guy said, what do you think, Max? He said, he spit and hit a can over there, and he said, at least we stopped together. You've been through some of them deals, ain't you?
Yeah.
Hey, you got to tell this from one of my buddies, Charlie Collins, about the fiddle. y'all sold all the albums
Oh,
and stuff. Tell this right quick.
You know, I was so blessed to have Charlie Collins join our band.
Yeah, he was with Roy Acuff. Tell
Yeah,
everybody.
he played guitar for Roy Acuff since the late 60s, I guess, until the time Mr. Acuff passed away. But he wanted to work out in the park, and he worked for years with Bashful Brother Oswald.
Yeah. I got to work a little with him,
Pete
too.
Kirby, right? And they had their own act, and then the summers were brutal out there. It'd be 100 degrees on that concrete and 5 shows a day and stuff. And so Oz decided he got to a certain age, he didn't want to play in the park anymore, so Charlie was looking for something to do, and I said, well, you know, bring him over here to our show. You know, we only have 4 in the band. We could use him. He can play mandolin, he can play fiddle, he can play guitar,
I
you
worked
know.
with him, great guy.
So he was tickled to death, and he came over, and that's 8 or 9 of the most wonderful years to spend every day with Charlie Collins, because he talked about stories. He knew every story in the business. He was a great storyteller, and we laughed like little kids. It's like it was like having a job and going to work, and you didn't have to grow up. You could just laugh. You know how musicians
And y'all
are.
sold your CDs all in one pile,
We
didn't
sold,
you?
yeah. Well, we had a thing where Becky and I had 3 that we were doing. I think we sold them like 3 for $20 or something like that to the tourists. And Charlie had one out, and I didn't want any conflict between what he was doing and what we were doing. So I just lumped it. We made a deal, and he put it in. So now we had 4 for 20, which made it a better deal. And Charlie got a good little piece of money off of it. So it worked out really well. But a guy came up. But one thing Charlie enjoyed was someone who appreciated his old time music.
Oh, he did good.
Yeah, he loved the music, you know, that Mr. Acuff played, that string, those old songs and those things. He loved it when people appreciated his talent and what he did. So when someone came up and just wanted his album, that meant a lot to him. It'd mean a lot to me. It'd mean a lot to anybody.
Yeah.
This man really likes what I do. So we were standing there, a bunch of people gathered around. Some old boy came up and said, which one's got the most fiddling on it? And we said, well, you know, it's bluegrass music. It's every album's got fiddling on it. He said, yeah, but I want to know which one's got the most. He said, and so we kept telling him, it doesn't matter. Pick out any of them. They all got fiddling. He stayed with it. He said, I want to know which one has the most. Well, Charlie's hearing this. He starts moving over closer to him, you know, like, yeah, he knows this man wants the one with the most fiddling on it. And Charlie's was a fiddle player. So finally, Charlie Cushman was in the band at that time. Charlie said, well, I guess if you insist on which one has the most fiddling, yeah, Charlie Collins here has the most fiddling. And that guy said, well, give me those other 3. I hate a fiddle. You know. and Charlie said, don't tell me. He did it to me, didn't he? He did it. The old man set him up for what he did.
You did a song today was so good.
we
Silver Wings? Did you?
Yeah, it's a Merle Haggard tune.
Is it?
You want to try that one?
What key we in?
It was in E.
E?
Silver wings shining in the sunlight, roaring engine fading somewhere in flight. They're taking you away and leaving me lonely. Silver wings slowly fading out of sight. Don't leave me, I cried. Don't take that airplane ride. Oh, you locked me out of your mind. You left me standing here behind. They're taking you away, leaving me lonely. Silver wings slowly fading out of sight.
How about that?
All right.
What's another good one you want to do for us?
Well, let's see.
Hey, you did a good Don Gibson number, but do you want to do that, or do you got something else you want to do? You're here. You're the guest. You do what you want to do.
Oh, we'll just stick to the ones we rehearsed a little bit, I
Okay.
guess. You know.
Oh, I don't know about them. They wasn't too good.
Well, I don't know. I
No,
thought
I
David
did
did. Didn't he?
do.
do
No, I
good on
just,
that
I
dog?
just joked you.
He did.
We'll,
good.
we'll do
Yeah,
it. We'll
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
He did that real good, didn't
He
he?
did it good. Yeah.
Played it just like a banjo. I was
Tell me what you want to do.
Okay. Well, let's see. We'll do that. What was it? I Can't Stop Loving You. You
Yeah.
got that worked out on your banjo?
That it?
Yeah.
See, we go. Okay.
You remind me of. Hey, I can't stop loving you, so I've made up my mind to live in memories of the old lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you. It's so useless to say. So I'll just spend my life in dreams of yesterday. Those happy hours that we once knew, though long ago, they still make me blue. Well, they say that time heals a broken heart. Oh, but time will stand still since we've been apart. Hey, I can't stop loving you, so I've made up my mind to live in memories of the old lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you. It's so useless to say.
useless to say. So I'll just spend my life in dreams of yesterday. So I'll just spend my life in dreams of yesterday. Oh yeah.
Thank you. Stay right here a minute. Barney, come here a minute. Tell them one more time. Tell them about your show here.
Rocking at the rib.
Well,
Tell
listen,
them
I'll tell you
about
what,
it.
it's the first show, so we wanted to make it really big, and I couldn't think of any better performers to have than Russ and Becky Jeffers. May the 3rd at noon at the Ritz Theater. It's a free show sponsored by Madison Insurance Group. And Bill Williams, the legend himself, will be here as our MC from WBIR.
And you'll be there as my
I'll be there as
security.
security bodyguard for this body right here. That's right. We got a big show, though.
How big is it?
Big, really big, buddy, really big. Hey, I'm standing over watching you guys, such professionals, and what's Jeff doing here? I'm just kidding you, Jeff. Jeff's doing a great job out here with the bass.
Jeff's doing wonderful.
Jeff's great,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you can't have a band without a
Jeff
bass.
is doing great.
Keeps the beat, the rhythm, the heartbeat. That's it, buddy. I'm still
Jeff,
waiting to win my song coming up.
Can you do it?
Oh,
What do you
buddy,
sing?
I want to sing.
Are you really?
No, forget
Can you
it.
sing us a little
No,
bit?
forget it. No.
I'll
You
just
done
do a
showed
little
me
bit.
up.
What do you do?
Well, no, I don't do anything. I guess I'm doing security. I'm not doing acapella tonight. I did it last show.
You do acapella?
Oh, you know I do
That's your-
acapella. I do it
I
every
thought
time.
you took lessons from that lady there on that.
Eleanor Poultice.
That's right.
That's right. She gave me an A in breathing.
Did she really?
Yeah, buddy. That's right, buddy. Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, do
I don't want to
that.
show you fellas.
Do that again. I saw.
Well, Cherry Berry Ben, I was
Hey,
going to
do that one more time. Hey, you need a shoe shine.
What? That's a uvula, buddy. You got a uvula. I got a uvula. All godchildren got a uvula.
Is that what? Oh, I thought it was shoes.
That's it. Jeff Hush, you're a bass player. I'm just kidding you, buddy. He's a big boy, ain't he?
Yeah. I think they're the last ones eligible for a vaccine.
That's it, yeah. Vaccine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used to know. Maxine.
You knew a girl named Vaccine.
Maxine. No, it's a family show, buddy.
Is that right?
It's a family show.
Somebody asked me the other day if I'd taken a shot, and I said every night.
Every night. That's it. And it helps him sleep.
It does. You did it already.
We got some more guys coming up here. What
I
we
believe I'm gonna let Jeff put them on.
got? Jeff's going to
Jeff, come up here.
Russ, great job, buddy, as
Thank you.
always. I'm looking forward to hearing you some more. But May the 3rd, noon, Ritz Theater.
You got to come back next week.
I love playing, singing, and you playing the banjo. I love to hear Dave.
Bring him
play
back
the
next
banjo.
week.
Bring him back next week. You got to
You're on
come back
next week.
next week. You'll be on the show next week?
Yeah,
All
he'll
the
be
way
right
from
here.
Nashville. You'll be here.
It depends on my parole officer.
You'll be here. I got some pull.
You
for
got
you,
to pull.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
you. All right,
I'm gonna
walking
get
off
I'm gonna
here.
get Jeff the bass player. Come on up here, Jeff, because you got to sing on this and play on this.
Yeah,
And
I'll
tell
bring
them
up
who's
a-
next.
I'm gonna bring up a good friend of ours that's been around, hanging around for a good while now. Our good friend, Miss Sharon Parks.
Darren, come on up.
I believe one of the Parrott brothers is going to be playing guitar for me. He's coming on up.
Is he coming up here? Well,
He
just
is.
tell
He's
let's
coming
tell them a
on
little
up
bit
here.
about you. You used to have your own band.
Well, I did. I played in a bluegrass band called Smoky Mountain Rose for a while up in Gatlinburg for Tunes and Tales. We had more fun than anybody. But today, I think we're going to do a little song that Hank Williams wrote, and we're going to do "Your Cheating Heart Out of G,"
Key,
boys.
what key is it in G?
Yep, that's
Just tell me them keys, because I'm playing some of them.
Your cheating heart will make you weak. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you. When tears come down like falling rain, you'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you. Play it, pretty boys.
play the first break. I'll play it, Paul.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you. When tears come down like falling rain, you'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you. Let's finish it now. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you. Ha ha. Yeah, that was fun.
There's a dozen here, boy. I love it. It's been a while since we've been together
I
speaking.
swear, Dave, this COVID thing has just had us out in the
know
boonies
it.
somewhere, and I've just been glad to be back around.
I'm glad to.
Well, let's do. How about Blue Moon in Kentucky? Since
Okay,
I'm from
what key
Kentucky.
that in?
Let's see.
Blue Moon and
Yeah,
Kentucky.
let's
In the
do.
key of E.
Let's blue. C, I believe. Yeah, let's try it.
What key?
That's it. C.
See? Oh, that's a good
I
key.
see
there.
now. The rain is gone.
We're ready.
No.
In the
Blue
key
Moon.
of E.
Yeah, that'll work. Blue.
Okay, C.
Yep.
C.
You want me to just kick it out, boys? There you go. Now said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone left me blue. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone left me blue. And it was on a moonlit night, stars shining bright, whisper on high, true love say goodbye. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone left me blue. Pick it up. And it was on a moonlit night, stars shining bright, whisper on high, true love say goodbye. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone left me blue. Shine on the one that's gone left me blue. Woo! That was so fun.
Oh,
Thank
come
you,
on up,
boys.
Don. Come on up. We got to wind it up here.
Did another great job there. Hadn't seen these people in a while, David.
Oh, tell me about it.
I'll tell you what, one fantastic show tonight, hadn't it, David?
It's been a good one.
What do you think about it, Jeff? Being back on the job again.
The old
aren't we?
clock on the wall says it's time to go, ain't it?
It is time to go. We'd
We're
like
going to go off with a little bit of a. I'll tell you what, let's go on with Jesus Hold My Hand.
Okay,
We
sounds
like a
good.
second song.
We want to thank everybody for watching the show. Be sure to tell everybody out there about the show, 8:30 Saturday night, ACTV, and we certainly appreciate it. Let's get it,
How
Dave.
much time we got?